cut out, or at least the part that I needed to cut out for now. And the plan, excuse me, is I was doing some more measuring, and the length of the engine and tranny that I'm going to put in, regardless of how far forward I move it, it's still going to have some interference problems right in this X member of the frame. So I decided, since I have to cut anyway, I might as well move it back as far as I can. That way I don't have to cut anything up front. I can keep that all intact. And I'm just going to redesign this X member area, basically cut out and do some cross supports here, further out, and a cross beam right here for the transmission mount. That way I can get to the U-joints and, attach them, bolt the front U-joint in place, because it's a stationary U-joint on this transmission, which means I'm going to have to use the sliding front yoke from the old drive shaft and shorten it quite substantially. Gonna have to shorten it probably about a foot or so, but that will be okay. And again, I am still gonna have to rebuild that rear end. And found a very nice rust hole right there. That's good. That's fun. And yeah, they got regular maintenance on this thing. All the grease fittings are just overloaded with grease, which is good. That helped control some of the rust. Yeah, so gonna have to clean all that up. And once I get this all cleaned up and the X member redesigned with the transmission mount, of course I'm gonna have to cut this part out. I'm gonna cut it like right there and there and repurpose it back here for the transmission mount, because that's what it is. It's a transmission mount. So I'm gonna move that back, along with probably use some rectangular tubing from here up to about right there. Do away with this part. Just cut it like right where I have it marked. That way the tail shaft of the transmission can come in and out, and I can remove the transmission for servicing later down the road, which eventually they all need to be serviced. Yep. It's coming. It's coming. And yeah, so hopefully in the next couple weekends I'll be able to pull this back out front and either pressure wash everything out completely, or use a needle scaler and just remove all the crud with the needle scaler. But one way, get it down, get the metal down to bare metal as far as I can, and then treat it with either OSPO or metal etch or something. I have them both. We'll see which one I like better, and then do the Pour 15 chassis black. Just paint it all with that and make sure it's all secure. Of course, weld in a patch for this, and this bottom lip on this frame rail right here is like paper thin. A lot of the rust just kept eating away. So the metal's like paper thin right there. I'm gonna have to replace this whole bottom lip on this side. That'll be easy enough though. I have the metal to do it. So the rest of the frame, except for the tail end, which we've already seen that. Gonna have to rebuild all that. The rest of the frame up here is all pretty solid. So that's what's going on there, and I'm gonna get back to removing some of this grease buildup and just vacuuming out some of this stuff. And maybe I might get around to cutting that out tonight. We'll see. It's still early. Okay, good night.